go along with you.
And
I'm go along.
absolutely. I'm go along with you.
I'd go. I don't know. I'm go along with you, but I would go along with that. Yeah, it's the same. Yeah.
I'll go along with that. Okay.
And for the disagree, I'm not sure about that. Yeah, that's.
I'm not sure about that. And then
Mm, I don't think so. It's disagree or the uncertain opinion.
I don't think so. It could some people say it's disagreement,
Okay.
but another people say it's like pretty much questioning. Yeah, it's like I don't know whether it's right or wrong, but I'm not really sure. Yeah, but partly agreement or partly disagree. I'm not
Oh,
sure. Partly disagree. Now, however, if you can use that in a appropriate context, so you can make it as a disagreement. Now, would you like to repeat once again?
okay. You don't share the audio.
Pardon that? Is it louder?
I can't hear the audio.
Hit the red button and don't forget to click on the little bell. And now let's get started with the lesson. So first of all, we'll take a look at some different ways to say I agree. Imagine Barbara is your colleague and she says the following during a meeting. I think we should hire an external agency for this project. You agree with this, so you can say, absolutely. Say it with me. Absolutely. Or, that makes sense. Say it with me. That makes sense. Or, I'd go along with that. Say it with me. I'd go along with that. Great, and now we'll take a look at some different ways to express that you strongly agree with something. So Tim is another colleague and he says the following during a discussion. Our IT system needs to be upgraded soon. You think the same way and feel strongly about this, so you can say, I couldn't agree more. Say it with me. I couldn't agree more. Or, you're absolutely right. Can you hear the way I put the stress on absolutely? You're absolutely right. Say it with me. You're absolutely right. Or, that's exactly what I wanted to say. Again, the stress on exactly. That's exactly what I wanted to say. Say it with me. That's exactly what I wanted to say. Excellent. Now let's take a look at a couple of examples of how you can express partial agreement. So when you agree with part of what someone is saying, but not everything. Linda is responsible for finance in your company and she says the following. We need to reduce costs and lay off about 50 staff by the end of the year. You agree that the company needs to reduce costs, but you don't think it's necessary to lay off 50 staff. You can say, I agree with you up to a point, but do you really think we need to lay off so many?
Okay. Now, this is the trick when we don't really agree with one status quo or one situation or one agreement. One situation, yeah. Now, so this is the trick. First, we can say, yes, we agree with that point, or yes, we can say it's okay. However, we need to add the additional phrase or the additional part. It's the contrary part. Yeah. So, for example, this one. Do you agree with the remote job? Yeah. If we feel that I'm not really sure about that, and we want to say a partial agreement, so we can make it into two what is it, two expression. And the first expression that yes, we appreciate that the previous statement. Yeah, we appreciate with the first statement that the remote job is good, for example. So we can say, yes, I agree. It could be a good job. Now, if we want to share our partial agreement, yeah, so we can add with but. Yeah, we can add with but, and we can add the contrary agreement or the contrary point of view. So, but actually, the culture of the people, yeah, I mean, American or England, so they tend to be appreciated first, and afterwards, they will say what they want to what they want to we understand. I mean, their thoughts. They will share their thoughts later on. Yeah. At first, they can say, okay, I'll think about that. I'll think about that. In Indonesia, it means that okay, boleh juga atau okay, gue pikirin lagi deh, gitu kan. Tapi they just want to appreciate us, not straight to the point saying, no, we don't agree. Yeah, we can say, okay, I'll think about it. Or, okay, I'll think later about it. But the meaning is he or she is showing the partial agreement. Okay, getting remote job is a good experience. I'll think about it. However, I'm not really sure about the situation and the situation where we work if we stay at home. Yeah, so it means that the speaker do not really show that he or she agrees with the status quo or the statement. Yeah, we can say in two part. The first part, we can say, yeah, we appreciate your statement by saying, yeah, it's good. But, and then the second part, that is our mind or our thoughts or our, what is it, our opinion. So that we can say, no, it's not really good. Yeah, so it's a partial agreement. Or we also can say, I'm not really sure about that. Yeah. So the partial agreement and the partial agreement with the disagreement is slightly different, only slightly different. What make that feel slightly different is on the argumentation only. Yeah. So actually, we can also use the disagreement with we can also use the disagreement to show that we not really sure about the statements, or we can use that as the partial agreement. I agree with you up to a point. Okay, so far I agree with you. However, I just want to know you, or however, I just want you asked something about this question, or yes, I agree with you for this point, but I have a question. Are you really sure this will help? Are you really sure this will work? later on. Nah, so actually it means that it's a partial agreement. Yeah. So do not really, what is it? Don't really too rigid to use. I don't really agree with you, gitu. Or I agree with you up to a point, but I'm not really sure about that, gitu ya. Jadi, so we can add our what is it? We can add our argument on the second part. Do you have another example for the partial agreement?
Maybe the context is about the the department will recruit some of staff, but they don't see their needs. So the manpower needs is uh, apa? Di atas kebutuhan yang sebenarnya gitu.
Oh, it's beyond our expectation. It's beyond our need.
Yeah, and the hiring manager don't see the company cost for
Mhm.
the manpower.
Mm.
And maybe I would say okay, thank you for apa ya? Biasanya thank you for the suggestion. Thank you for your suggestion about your manpower needs in quarter 1. But I think if we recruit 10 candidates at this time, it would be good for the cost to company because because we have to see the project apa ya? Nggak tahu. We have to see the project first.
Yeah. Your trick is correct. First, we appreciate that. Saying yes, we agree. Thank you for your response. That makes sense. Yeah. Firstly, at the first, we appreciate. However, and don't forget, we can follow our sentence with the contrary. What is it? The contrary opinion. Yeah, by saying by questioning, by saying something negative or something in contrary, right? Uh-uh. We can practice for this one. Talking about evaluating employees' performance and also layoff discussion. Okay, later on.
Say it with me. Or, I see where you're coming from, but I don't think we need to lay off that many.
Okay, can you see that? The first one, I see where you are coming from. It's like appreciating. Oh, okay, I understand you. Okay, um, I'm with you. Or we also can say, okay, I'm with you. Okay, okay, I'm with you. Okay, I see you. Okay, what is it? Another one. Uh, okay, I agree with you. However, have you ever tried, for example, have you ever tried talk to the manager about this project or gitu? Or have you ever tried discussing it deeply with our manager? Yeah. By questioning, it means that there's something unsure or there is something partial agreement. Yeah.
Say it with me. I see where you're coming from, but I don't think we need to lay off that many. Great, now let's look at some different ways to say I disagree. Roberto is another colleague and he says the following during a meeting. We need to increase the project budget. You disagree, so you can say, I'm afraid I can't go along with that. We often use I'm afraid to make it softer or more polite. I'm afraid I can't go along with that. Say it with me. I'm afraid I can't go along with that. Or, I'm not so sure about that. Say it with me. I'm not so sure about that. Or, I'm not sure I would agree with that. Say it with me. I'm not sure I would agree with that. And finally, we'll take a look at some different ways to express that you strongly disagree with something. Elena is a business partner and you've had some problems recently. I'm afraid we'll have to cancel the partnership. You strongly disagree with this, so you can say, you can't be serious. Notice the stress on the serious and the way the intonation rises at the end. You can't be serious. Say it with me. You can't be serious. Or, I'm sorry, but that's totally unacceptable.
Okay, now, do you have another expression to share, to show you totally and strongly, definitely disagree?
All right. The situation is when I'm interviewing someone for
Oh,
the marketing manager,
mm-mm.
and his expected salary is around 4,000 US dollar.
Around
And
for that?
4,000 US
Oh,
dollar.
4,000. Okay.
Yeah. And my partner maybe would uh would be hired hire the
Him?
candidate, but
Mhm.
I strongly disagree because the cost to company is not enough. Is under his expected salary. So maybe I would say that mm, let's say I am my partner. Wanda, let's hire him. So I would say you can't be serious. His expectation salary is too high. We have to ask Mr. Budi about this first before we offering him. Is it correct?
Yeah, correct. Or you also can use this one. Are you joking?
Yeah.
Or another one. Oh, come on. We can say, oh, come on. I think we need more discussion about this. This is definitely a worst decision. Oh, come on. I think we need a serious discussion. Yeah, I think we need a serious discussion. This is definitely worst decision. Or we also can say, I couldn't agree less. Now, if we agree, we can say, I couldn't agree more. It means we agree. However, if we want to say we disagree, we can say, I couldn't agree less.
Yeah.
More, it's a agree, agreement, and I couldn't agree less. It's
Disagree.
disagreement.
Okay.
Yeah. Or there's so many expression here to share or to express to express agree and disagreement. Or we also can say this totally ridiculous. It's a strongly disagreement. It's totally ridiculous. I think uh oh come on. It's totally what is it? It's totally ashamed. Itu juga bisa, tapi itu agak sedikit sedikit apa ya? Agak sedikit kasar lah gitu lah ya.
Oh, oke.
Tapi kalau lagi ngobrol sih boleh-boleh aja. Ah, come on, it's totally ashamed gitu. Nah, apa lagi ya? Banyak banget sebenarnya. I don't really agree with you. I'm sorry, I'm not with you. Itu juga boleh. I'm sorry, I'm not with you.
Okay.
I understand for your consideration. However, for this discussion, I'm not with you. Gitu, boleh. Or we also can say this one. This is for the casual conversation here with your team. Okay. If you said that, don't count, do not count me in. If you said that, don't count me in. I don't agree with you. Don't count me in. So it means that, aduh, jangan apa ya, jangan paksa gue buat setuju sama lo gitu. Don't count me in. Or another thing like, yeah, I couldn't agree less. I don't agree. I disagree, or I don't agree. It's totally wrong. It doesn't make sense. And are you kidding me? Are you joking? Yes, I know why. Yes, I understand why did you say that. But have you ever, now questioning, but have you ever think about the consequences? Yeah, that's
Here the stress is on
agreed.
totally. I'm sorry, but that's totally unacceptable. Say it with me. I'm sorry, but that's totally unacceptable. Or, I'm sorry, but there's no way I can accept that. Here the stress is on no way. I'm sorry, but there's no way I can accept that. Say it with me. I'm sorry, but there's no way I can accept that. So there we have it, lots of useful alternatives for agreeing and disagreeing. I hope you found the lesson helpful, and if there are any other areas of business English that you need help with, let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to cover them.
All right. Now, I have another simulation. I'm trying to share the simulation. Nah, this is for another expression. I completely agree. That's a great point. I think you are absolutely right. I agree with you 100%. I couldn't agree more. Yeah. Or we also can, yes, I'm with you. Okay, I'm in. Nah, itu juga bisa agreement. Okay, I'm in. Okay. Or we also can say, how could I say I disagree? Nah, how could I say I disagree? Itu juga bisa agreement. How could I say I disagree? Yeah, agreement. Nah, this is the partial agreement. I see your point, but always ada but and however for the second part. I agree to some extent, but All right, I see why you said that, but okay, I understand why you agree with this point. However, have you ever tried, however, uh, are you really serious with this questioning? And this is disagreement with a polite disagreement. I see this differently, or yes, I agree with you. Or, however, when I think about this, I have a question on my mind. How could this happen? Gitu. Yeah, I'm afraid I don't quite agree with you, but let me I think about it later on. Nah, gitu. Actually, when I British people say, "Okay, I'll think about it," that means no.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay, I think about that. It means no. Don't try to what is it? Don't try to convince twice. Yeah, that is the way he or she rejects our opinion or suggestion. Okay, I'll think about that. Nah, it doesn't mean okay, ya deh nanti gue pikirin lagi. Enggak. It means that totally no. Gitu. Kadang kan kalau kita kan ngartiinnya, eh oh iya deh, masih ada kesempatan lagi. Kadang-kadang kalau
iya.
orang Indonesia kan sukanya gitu ya, ngerayu sampai sampai dapat. Kan gitu kan. Nah, itu dia. Tapi kalau mereka enggak, I'll think about that. Oh, that's a nice idea, but maybe I think I'll consider it later on. Nah, itu juga udah sama,
Oh.
gitu ya. Pokoknya we need to understand the second part. Ya, ujungnya itu apa tuh? Maksudnya dia mau ngomong apa lagi nih gitu kayak. But kalau udah ada but ya udah be careful gitu.
Okay.
I understand your point, but I have a different perspective. Your argument is good. However, when we think about the consequences, it doesn't work. Ya, kayak gitu dah. Nah, itu juga sama aja disagreement. That's an interesting idea. Nah, kalau udah bilang that's an interesting idea, ya udah lemes deh. So we are rejected. So they disagree with us gitu kan. But have some consent gitu. I'm not sure about that. Ya, ini very basic.
Okay.
Nah, this is the activity. HR performance evaluation and layoff discussion. It should be there's space between lay and on. This is the objective. First, we are going to practice using agreement and disagreement in a professional HR context. The second one, engage in discussion about employee performance, evaluation, and layoffs. And the last one is diplomatic language to express opinions professionally. So diplomatic means it will sound so sweet, uh, but the real meaning is no, gitu.
Okay.
It's a diplomatic language to express opinion professionally. Nah, the scenario, the HR department is conducting a performance review meeting, yeah, to decide which employees should be retained, put on a performance improvement plan, or considered for layoffs due to company restructuring. Yeah, so we are going to discuss the performance review meeting. Who should be retained, put on a performance improvement plan, or considered for layoffs due to a company restructuring. For the first step, employee performance data. So we are going to discuss how many, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Only eight, 8 employees, yeah. And then this is the data of their performance marketing, performance score is 8.5/10, and attendance is excellent. And the key strength is creative teamwork. And this is what is it? The key strength is their power and areas for improvement. So this is what we need to consider. Yeah. Needs leadership skills, low sales performance. Nah. So this is the first step. We are going to discuss about this performance evaluation first, and after that, so we can on the second step we are going to discuss. I think we can decide who will go for the uh, layoff names or layoff employees. Okay. Now for the step 2, we will put off. Ya, kita tunggu dulu. Kita tunda dulu. Okay?
Okay.
Again, agree and disagreement. So we also can talk about their attendance or their, what is it? Their teamwork. Yeah. For example, this is the key strength. There is creativity and teamwork. However, we also can add another point. For example, however, I also noticed that John Smith is actually having a good skill on negotiating, for example. Uh, have you ever noticed his skill for negotiating? So we also can discuss with the negotiating skill of John Smith. Yeah. Or we also can back to the creative and teamwork. Okay, so ini ya seenaknya aja ngobrolnya, gitu ya. Pokoknya guideline-nya ini, tapi kalau mau dikembangin juga boleh gitu.
Okay.
Right, so you will lead the discussion.
Okay. All right. So, hi everyone. So, I have received the data from the HR department about the performance review on
Would
each.
you like to closer your microphone? I'm
Okay.
sorry to cut you off.
All right. Okay. So, hello everyone. So, I have received these performance data from the HR department about each employees in their departments. So, there is 8 employees that we need to discuss about their contract in our companies. Either they will sustain, or we could lay off them at the end of this year. So the first is John Smith. He is from marketing department, and his marketing head marketing head give him scored is 8.5 out of 10, which is his attendance is excellent. So, and also the head department has written that his strength is about the creativity and teamwork. But I think for the marketing is also need the skills to building a relationship with client. What do you think, Bajodi, about this?
Pardon, would you like to repeat once again our marketing department needs?
The marketing department.
Our marketing department needs. I'm sorry,
Uh,
I didn't get the last part.
oh, okay.
Would you
But
like to repeat once again the last part only?
okay. But I think for the marketing department is also needs the building relationship with their client. So what do you think, Bajodi, about this one?
Um, so far, for the John Smith, uh, yeah, he got uh opportunity to show his performance, yeah, in creativity and also the teamwork. However, our department marketing also needs someone who has a skill for what is it? The teamwork, yeah. Sorry, what did you say? Our
Um,
department marketing?
uh, apanya? Aku bingung.
Can we repeat once again?
Okay, okay, maybe I
Building,
will.
building apa tadi?
Building relationships with the client.
Building relationship with the client. Mm, I'm not really familiar with the building relationship with the client. What does it mean?
It means that if we are in a marketing department and we have to building the relationship with the client because they are our client, as long as apa ya, biar kliennya nggak pergi dari perusahaan ini. Jadi kita harus building the relationship, mungkin dengan saling tukar kabar atau kita kirim hampers kalau misalkan ada occasion tertentu kayak gitu
Building relationship,
with client.
building
Relationship.
relationship, building relationship with client.
Iya.
Uh, uh, that's why, I'm sorry. Does it mean that build a relationship with client?
Iya.
Oh, oh, yeah. I think, yeah, that what's make me confused. Building relationship with the client. Oh, I mean, there's a skill, a build. There's a skill to build relationship with client.
Iya.
To build, not building.
Oke, I'm sorry.
Ah, it's okay. So actually, I'm trying to understand building relationship to client. Is it the terminology or is it a verb? It's okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3. We can what is it? We can start over again, yeah?
Oke.
All right. 1, 2, 3, go.
Okay, so I have received this performance employees data from the HR department,
Mhm,
and I got 8 employees, all of this
mhm,
data. And
mhm.
maybe I would discuss first with you, Mbak Jody, about the minimum score for this employee. I would like to suggest point 7 of 10 to
Uh,
we retain the the employees for
mm.
everyone who got under 7.7. Maybe we have to apa, maybe we have to uh lay offing them.
We can consider their we can consider their performance to be layoff candidate gitu, or the layoff candidate, or for the one who will go to the layoff uh, discussion. Boleh seperti itu.
Hmm, okay, okay.
Okay. If you have already decided for some employees to go for this retained uh, for the retained candidates, it means that we only have three or four. We only have four employees. They are John Smith, David Brown, David Brown, and Olivia White. Have you ever told our HR team members that the one who got seven, it doesn't mean the one who had a poor attitude, who had a poor experience in their department. So can we still consider that for the someone who got seven performance score, there will be the one who can be go to the retained employees or retained candidate. What about the one who got six or below six?
Okay.
Because six means it's still a part of a half score of the 10. What about six? Below six, I mean below six.
Okay, thank you, Mbak Jody, for your insights. Maybe let me clarify first.
Mhm.
I think, besides on their attitude or their strength, I think we need to consider their attendance first because it reflects on their discipline and commitment to our company. And after I saw this table, I see that uh, I see that the employees named Tom Wilson, he got 6.5, but his attendance is fair. Also, the areas for improvement is he his inconsistent performance. So I think it's not that good if we retain his existence in this company.
Um, yeah, I agree with you. Absolutely agree with you because when I see her performance score, Tom Wilson still got a 6.5. It means that like what I have told you before, why don't we consider for someone who got six or below six? Mm, for the inconsistent performance, maybe Tom Wilson still in his in his uh
Probation
what is
period.
it in his probation pace. Like, I think if we can give him more chance, so maybe he can improve his area, he can improve his performance. For the negotiation skill, I have already met Tom Wilson and I watched how he negotiate with our client, and he got one agreement with them, and the Tom Wilson reported to the head of department, his head of department, that he could make it. So I think for the negotiation skill, mm, we still need these people. We still need the one who can negotiate and handle the can handle agreeing, can handle uh, negotiation situation with the client.
Mm.
For inconsistent performance, mm, I think I would consider Tom can have a chance to retain on in our company, because why not, we can give him more opportunity to improve his performance. Maybe we can try to give him 3 months to see the performance.
Okay, that makes sense. If he's in the probation phase, maybe we could uh add add 3 months 3 months more for the probation phase before we offer the full-time contract to him. All
All
right.
right, I see.
Okay, and along with this table, I see that from the same department, from the sales, is Sarah Lee. And I see that she got 6.0 out of 10.
Mhm.
But, but, no, 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 no. Aku mau ulang. And with the same department in sales, I see that Sarah Lee, she is good at attendance, but she got sixth point because because she has low sales performance, which is a very crucial because it's her target. So what do you think about Sarah Lee by Jody?
Firstly, I want to ask you, had Sarah Lee uh, got an opportunity to join on the, what is it? The booth, what is it? The class for increasing the performance.
Mm,
Had Sarah Lee got an opportunity to join a sales class, which facilitated from our company? If she had, so it means that this is the final result or the final assessment for her sales skill. However, if Sarah Lee had not got any opportunity to join on the sales class, which facilitated from our company, so I think why not we try for the second opinion? Why don't we try to over her to join on that class, to join on the sales class, how to improve or how to strengthen the sales.
mm. I'm not sure I would agree with that because since her onboarding, since her day one, the companies already give for the new hire for the training, especially for the sales class with the sales mentor, and I think that's enough that we can provide for all of the employee in sales department.
Okay. Mm, So actually, I could say I'm with you. As long as Sarah Lee hadn't got any improvement for the sales performance, because because you have already told me that she has already got any, what is it, um, what is it, got any opportunity to learn before, yeah, for the sales skill to increasing the sales for our company. Yeah. However, I just want to concern about her key strength for the customer relations. How come the sales, mm, how come the one who in charge in the sales do not have a customer relationship with the client? And how come she has a low sales performance if her key strength showing that the contrary performance? I mean, how come this Sarah Lee got a low sales performance? However, her key strength shows that he has good skills to maintain the customer between our company, which represented by the Sarah Lee, to our client. Can we consider that maybe she has another thing to be good, to be considered to be the retained employee? Even her performance score is 6 out of 10. And her attendance shows that he has a good performance for the attendance, and maybe she comes on time, and she never left her duty. She never made any, what is it, any absent for the attendance, which showing the good result, and the key strength, which has the customer relationship. I think, in my opinion, Sarah Lee could be considering to the retained employee, even she has a low sales performance. But this is the one thing that I'm questioning about between the areas of improvement, which shows that she has a bad performance for the sales performance. However, she has the good customer relationship with our client. What do you think about that?
All right, I see what you're coming for, and I think there is a gap. I don't know, I can identify what is this because her strength is the about build the customer relation, but she also needs the low sales she also needs improvement to increase her low sales performance. I think it's uh not really makes sense because, however, as we know, if someone in sales department is have a good good skills in maintain their relationship with their client,
Mhm.
uh, it would be followed by their sales performance. But when I see this data,
See,
when I see this data, Sarah Lee is has the Sarah Lee is need to be improved in her sales performance. I think we need to escalate with the head of sales.
ah, that's a good idea. Uh, I have a question. Mm, does our does our what is it? Does our head department will help Sarah Lee to have another, or to have a second chance to increase her performance on sales? Because I think when we see about the attendance is good, and she has the customer relationship with the client, I think this is two variable that we can consider about. Even she needs time or skills or experience to deep her skills and increasing the sales performance. Will will the head department consider with these two variables?
I'm not pretty sure, but why don't we just ask and ask and ask why don't we just ask her head of department, and I think there is uh some of gap that we could see because we are the outsider of the department.
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right.
So Sarah Lee will be the one that we need to confirm to the head department, yeah.
Yeah.
So do you have another name that we need to go to the escalation employees? Escalation employees that we need to escalate to the head department. Do you have another candidate like Sarah Lee
Mm,
and Tom Wilson, maybe?
Wilson?
Or should
Uh,
we retain the Tom Wilson than Sarah Lee?
Maybe for Tom Wilson we will give him apa dalam pemantauan. What it called,
Um,
Mbak Jody?
on, what is it?
On review? On
Pemantauan, apa ya? Our consideration? Bukan ya. Coba kita lihat. Our observation or our monitoring, under the monitoring or under the observation,
monitoring, maybe.
monitoring, or we can also simply we can say on the evaluation phase, evaluation, what is it? On the evaluation quarantine, not quarantine yet, on the evaluation duration, monitoring. I think monitoring is more suitable.
Monitoring because
On the monitoring, on the monitoring phase, for example.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe for Tom Wilson, we will give him the second change and we will monitoring him for the next 3 months. And if he increase his performance, we would absolutely give him the contract to the full time, the employee agreement to the full time.
Uh, Mbak Amanda,
Yeah.
I have a question. Is
Yeah.
this table or are these names going to be the final result for the for some people who will be got a final decision, or is still on the discussion, or is the sorry, or this is still on the discussion to decide who will go for the layoff and who will retain?
Okay, based on the information, the
Mhm.
C the our head of department, our HR
Mhm.
head department asks me to review it first
Mhm.
with our team, and if there is uh some of employees that we can retain and we can retain based on their performance, and he apa nggak tahu dia akan we bang blank sebentar ya.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. Okay. He asked to we review it first. If there is any employees that having a good attendance, but their performance is under the minimum score, we can discuss it before we go to layoff, before we go to the final decision.
Okay.
Apa ya?
Hold on. I think it's better for us to make to make the what is it? It's better for us to make the decision first before decide who will go to the what is it? Who will go to the layoff categories and who will go for the retained categories. Uh, which one will consider to be the final points that consider uh, this is a very what is it the very bad consideration between some variables like performance score or attendance or key strength or the areas for improvement. Which one is the first variable which consider, oh, this is very what is it? This is very dangerous to be negotiate with.
Okay, it's a hard question, honestly, and I would to choose the areas for improvement for the
Okay.
prioritize apa point of this
Mm-mm.
final decisions.
Areas for improvement.
Yeah.
Okay, and the second part is, and
And this,
the second variable is.
I think is about the performance score. What do you think, Bachodi? Are you agree with me, or do you have any opinion?
Actually, for the performance score, I haven't got any information. What what is behind? What's the underlying behind performance score? Yeah, I don't know about the assessment, but this is only the result of the performance score. But the indicator haven't confirmed by the HR management what were the indicators. That's why I don't really sure about the performance score because yeah, they don't confirm about the assessments indicators. But however, when the HR department has already made the score, and how could I do? Uh, yeah, if you say that, the performance score can help us to decide who will go for the layoff category, who will go to the retain. Yeah, I think the performance score can help us to decide quickly.
Okay. I strongly agree with you. The performance score is the one of indicator that simplify us to
Mm-mm,
decide who will we lay off and who will we retain their existence
mm-mm,
in this
mm-mm.
company.
Okay.
And
Do you
uh,
happen, do you, I'm sorry, do you have the minimum score?
At the first meeting, I said that 7, but after we discussed it for a day, for this day, I would like to menetapkan itu apa ya Mbak lupa.
Decide.
Oh yeah, I would like to decide that 6 is the score of
Okay.
the minimum score.
6. All right. To make it quick, so we can say that Sarah Lee will go to the layoff. Emily, Rachel,
Absolutely.
and Tom Wilson. 1,
The
2, 3, 4. 4 candidate will go to the layoff, and the remain will go to the retained categories. And it means that we don't have we lose 2 candidates on the sales department, and then 1 from HR and 1 from operation department. Mm, I think we have a difficult situation. If we lose 2 candidates on the sales department, I can assume that this will make our sales performance worse, getting worse because yeah, we will dismiss 2 candidates. I mean, we will, what is it? We will lay off 2 candidates. Do you know how many teams or how many staffs that the sales department has?
Okay. Since our business operation is on Jakarta, Bandung, Cimahi, and Bogor, we have 4 areas that each areas consist of three employees. So if we lose the Sarah Lee and Tom Wilson, we will still have berapa tadi? Tiga kali 4 12. We still have 10 employees in sales department,
Okay.
and Sarah Lee and Tom Wilson is on a different area.
Oh, I see. Okay, I'm with you. So it doesn't affect to our sales performance, yeah.
Uh Talking with that, I would ask the head of sales, head of department, uh if are we need to recruit the new candidates, or they can still go with their sisa tim, with
With
their
the remain team.
yeah, remain team.
Okay. When will you hold the recruitment session? When will you have a recruitment session?
I think we have to ask our head of department based on
Oh,
the
I see.
CTC.
Okay, it doesn't matter. So, even we lose 2 cells, yeah, maybe we can have the replacement of these 2 candidates, these 2 employees. The next one is Rachel Green on the operation department. Uh, Her attendance is poor. However, she has a good on process improvement. Oh yeah, and she has the frequent absenteeism. Yeah, I think this is very final. Yeah. So we don't need to arguing further for Rachel Green. And also, what about the last one? Say Emily Davis. Oh yeah, her areas of improvement is low productivity. And actually, she has a good skill on recruitment. Mm. But Amanda, you said that you will recruit the other two candidates on replacing Sarah Lee and Tom Wilson on the sales department. However, we have, what is it? Which one? Oh, we have Emily Davis. We have we have Emily Davis who has a good skill on recruitment skills. So, do you think that she can help you on recruiting the new candidates for the sales department?
Okay. Since Emily Davis course is 5.5 and
Mhm.
her attendance is poor, but uh apa ya, walaupun all two she have she has she have Ayu Dewi. She have the recruitment skills, but her productivity is low. So I think I can handle the recruitment process, and the company don't need to spend their cost to Emily Davis with her low productivity in recruitment skills.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so we can recap the result. The Sarah Lee and Tom Wilson go to the layoff category, and Emily Davis, also Rachel Green, also go to the layoff categories, and the remained will go to the retain. And Emily, Emily Davis is okay. All right. So the one who will retain, the four of them who will retain are John Smith, Mike Johnson, and David Brown, and Olivia White. Okay, we have decided the four employees. So, by the way, who will announce this decision and when uh, they will get informed about this decision?
All right. As we know that this is a crucial announcement, so I would ask our head of department to inform this decision to all of the employees who got laid off. And maybe we would arrange for the one-on-one session and tell them that the final result.
Okay. What about what is it? Uh, the the benefit that they will get.
All right. Since Tom Wilson is in his probation phase, so he don't give he don't apa Mbak apaan sih Mbak? He don't accept, dia tidak menerima apapun.
He doesn't get nothing.
Yeah, he doesn't get nothing. But for the ones who is on a permanent employee, they will get, aduh aku lupa lagi, three times salary for the net take home pay and the compensation of this layoff state layoff decide layoff statement.
Oh, I see. Okay. Um, so finally, we have already decided the four of them. So let reach out our head department to announce this decision to the employees. I think this is very tough announcement. So um, don't count me in. Okay. All right. And then the step two, role playing discussion. The role assigned. Each participant takes on the role of an HR management, and department head, or company executive. Maybe I will be the HR manager, and you will be the department head. Review the employee data and discuss who should be retained. Not discussing, yeah, because we have already decided, yeah, and decided who should be retained and who will go for the retained categories and layoff categories, and use agreement and disagreement phrase in the discussion. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
And this is some examples. I believe Rachel Green should be considered for layoff due to her low performance. Due to dikarenakan. I see your point, but she has contributed significantly to process improvement. Perhaps a warning or performance plan will be better. Yeah, this is the second opinion. Perhaps a warning or performance plan would be better. Okay. I completely agree with the HR manager. And I understand your concern, but do we have resources to provide with her additional training? Yeah. Okay. So you will be department head and I will be the HR manager and I will report to you for the four employees. Yeah.
Okay.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Amanda.
Oh, aku jawab. Kirain mau ngomong lagi. Halo, Jody. What's going
Don't
on?
say Mbak Jodis.
Oh iya, Jodis. Oke. Oke, ulang, Mbak.
Okay. Good afternoon, Amanda.
Hi, Jodis. What's going on there?
Kan kalau orang mereka nggak pakai Mbak kan?
Iya sih, benar.
Ya ya. Good afternoon, Amanda. How are
Hi,
you?
Jodis.
How's your
I'm
day? How's your day?
okay. Apa sih? So far it's going pretty well. Thank you for asking. What about you? How's your day?
I think my day is not good because I'm going to share the bad decision. It's a tough decision because this is about who will we need to consider for the layoff and who will go to the retained categories. Uh, in this time, I would like to inform you that uh, after discussing with another team on the HR department, with all of the staff on HR department and also with this with the committee who held this screening and also assessment. And finally, we have already decided that there are four four employees who will go to the layoff. They are Sarah Lee, Emily Davis, Rachel Green, and Tom Wilson, with the performance score under 7 out of 10. So, with the categories that Sarah Lee, actually, she has a good attendance and a good customer relationship with our client. And however, she has one point that we need to concern, that we need to put more concern on the areas of improvement. She has a low sales performance. In fact, that she is the sales member. How come that the sales how come that the sales member has a pretty well sales performance? It means that she couldn't made any contribution to our sales department. That's why we went her name to the layoff category. So, according to our decision, do you have any consideration or do you have any response?
All right. Thank you, Jodis, for explaining about this not really good information.
Mhm.
For Sarah Lee, yeah, she's good in attendance.
Yes.
She's good in attendance, but she is good in attendance and she has the good in build the relationship with the customer. But after I heard from the sales department, kita curiga. Curiga tuh apa, Mbak?
We doubt.
Oh yeah, we doubt that Sarah Lee is working on two companies because she always got a new customer every week, but her performance is apa is di, di, is
Going down.
is going down. And after we discuss on one uh, uh, on the last quarter, she doesn't admit it, but uh, few of the sales employees has told me about this and they provide the data. And
See.
yeah, and yeah, I'm agree that Sarah Lee will go to the layoff, the one who got the layoff.
Okay. And the second employee is Emily Davis. She she's from the HR department, and the performance score is in the middle. It's a 5.5 out of 10, and her attendance is poor. It means that it is showing clearly that Emily Davis didn't give any serious contribution to our company, seen from her attendance here. And also, of course, she has a very bad low productivity because of her attendance.
Okay, I agree with you up to a point, but do you really think we need to lay off Emily Davis, who the Emily Davis that she uh she she mostly work at home and she still do her function as a recruiter.
So far, if she even So far, even if she worked at home, it doesn't mean that uh, she couldn't improve her low productivity, right? It means that we can track her activity from the system, right? To monitor her activity daily, weekly, and monthly. However, seen from the attendance, Emily showed that there is a equivalent, uh, what is it? There is a equivalent proof between her attendance and also her areas of improvement is aligned.
Okay. Let me check her monthly activity first. Do. Oh yeah. I saw that she is not productive in week 3 and 4. I don't know. She doesn't report to the department to her supervisor, and 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 because of her score is 5.5 and her attendance is poor, and her productivity is low, and after I check the monthly activity that she is not productive in week 3 and 4, maybe I would go with you to layoff to go to the layoff decision.
Okay. So we have decided Emily and Sarah will go to the layoff. And the third one is Rachel Green. I think she has the lowest score, the lowest performance score, 4 out of 10. I have no any reason. I have no any reason to retain him. I mean to retain her. 4.0.
Okay.
I have no argumentation to retain her. To retain her.
Alright. I have no doubt with you since
Mhm.
her performance is only 4 and her attendance is poor. So, yeah, I think
Yeah,
kita
so
kita
we
nggak
agree
rugi.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are on the same boat that we agree for Rachel Green goes to the layoff, and the last employee is Tom Wilson. Yeah, Tom Wilson. It's pretty much like the same with the Sarah Lee. For the attendance is slightly different with Sarah Lee, good and fair, and his key strength is negotiation skill. However, the one who consider him to go to the layoff because she has inconsistent performance. He has inconsistent performance.
Okay. For Tom Wilson, maybe we need some discussion because uh even though his performance score is only 6.5, but he has the negotiation skills. He good in negotiation skills, and for the improvement, I would recommend him to, and I would give him more probation phase, maybe for 3 months, and we can decide it later. What do you think?
It will be great because actually, this employee still has an opportunity to go to the retain. However, our team has already decided that Tom Wilson has no second opportunity to go to the retain category because, yeah, because his inconsistent performance and his performance score. But in this case, I will be very happy to retain him because I believe that he will improve his inconsistent performance if he maybe facilitate him to join um, on the class to increase his sales skills, right? Because when we see that Turkey's strength is negotiation skill, so I believe that it would increase his performance with using his negotiation skill.
Okay.
So,
I think you're
what do you think about my analysis?
okay. I think your analysis makes sense because Tom Wilson is good in negotiation, but but his performance is inconsistent. Maybe we will monitor him for the
Mhm.
next month, for the next until 3 months, and we will give him a change to improve his performance. And
Oh,
I
sure.
would ask the CEOs about this one. I would suggest Tom Wilson to CEO to I would suggest Tom Wilson. I would suggest to retain Tom Wilson to our CEO.
Okay. It will be great, and I'm happy to hear that. Thank you for considering him to get the second chance. That's all. Actually, that's all for the announcement for the our discussion because the one that I put a full consent is Tom Wilson, and I do really have I do feel happy because finally we have the same perception on Tom Wilson. So, do you have any questions so far, Amanda?
Okay, maybe I would ask when will the company announce about this information?
I think as soon as possible, it will be great because maybe when we are ready to inform them. So because I think that will be great decision, yeah, when informing the bad issue earlier, because maybe 2 weeks later they will they can start to search or to apply to another company.
Okay, maybe I want to suggest that please give them times to
Mhm.
search for the new opportunities before we lay off them at least 1 month
Oh,
notice.
okay. It will be much better 1 month. I thought that 2 weeks, that's enough. If you want to give them 1 month, so it will be great.
Yeah.
Okay, Amanda, I think our discussion is clear now. So we only sent 3 employees to lay off, and maybe we can. Oh, one thing for sure. Mm, do we inform these 3 employees in this month? I mean, on this month or on the next month?
Okay, maybe we can inform them in this month,
Oh, inform this month. Okay.
but we also give them time to
To
searching
stay
for the
here.
yeah to
Mhm.
stay for a month.
Okay, I see. All right. It's clear. Thank you so much for your time, Amanda. And if you have any question, feel free to reach me out. I'm available at my room. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Okay, thank you, Jody. Please give me update about this one.
Okay, sure. Of course. Thank you, Mbak Amanda. This is agree and disagreement has already done. So I think it will be challenging for us to have a role play every single meeting, yeah? Yeah. So we can improve and also we find some vocabularies that we don't really familiar like tadi apa ya? Dipantau-pantau ya.
Oh iya, monitoring,
So we can
observation.
monitor. Yeah, we can monitor and monitoring. We also have provide you with phrasal verbs, yeah, on Get Class. So you also
Oh,
can download, and we have provided with the example of the sentences, the example of the phrasal
okay.
verbs.
Okay, Mbak Jody, honestly,
Mm-mm.
I can't open it.
Ah, sure.
Iya, coba aku izin share screen sebentar ya. Wait, and request dulu. Nah, oke. Nah, tuh. Wait, I can find the material.
23 phrasal verbs.
Ya, di mana ya Mbak? Apa aku yang salah ya? Kayak ini cuman gini aja.
Mm.
Nah, just like this. Kalau yang video, dia ada videonya. Tuh, ini ada kan. Tapi kalau yang materinya,
Kalau meetingnya meeting,
meeting.
kalau
Yang
yang
meeting.
meeting 4.
Wait, tadi sih belum ada. Ini, only this one.
Oh, nggak ada attachmentnya.
Nggak ada.
Oh, gitu.
Iya, kalau yang
Oke.
coba lihat yang ini ya. Ya ada nggak? Nah, ini juga belum. Apa ini bisa diklik?
Itu bisa diklik. Coba.
Oh, I got it. Wait, wait. Coba aku yang tadi ya,
Coba
yang
yang
kita,
tadi.
yang ini.
Agree and disagreement.
Oh, oh, ini tuh kayak gini.
Mm-mm.
Oh, sorry Mbak, aku katro.
Nggak apa-apa, nggak
Aku
apa-apa.
gaptek.
Nggak apa-apa. Yang
Oh,
23 phrasal verbs ya, bisa nggak ya?
bisa bisa. Tadi bisa dibuka.
Bisa ya? Oke.
Nah, oh ini tuh dipencet tuh ininya.
Mm-mm.
Because there's no icons or anything. Jadi aku sedikit confused.
Iya, 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 iya. Nggak apa-apa.
I'm
Oh,
sorry
mungkin
Mbak.
nanti bisa ditambahin kali ya, underline kali mungkin ya. Jadi kan
Iya,
bisa kelihatan kali, oh ini ada, bisa diklik gitu kali ya. Oke lah.
iya, because ini
Terus,
agak agak
uh,
rancu. Udah sih, berarti udah bisa semua Mbak. Nanti aku
kalau
belajar.
yang ini atasnya ada nggak?
Yang atasnya ada
Bisa
tadi.
semua nggak? Ask for and give opinion, bisa ya?
Wait,
Bisa semua sih.
ini kan video aja. Nah
Mm-mm.
ini, wait. Ada juga Mbak, aman.
Ada ya, oke,
Mm-mm.
oke, oke.
Terus aku
Nah,
tuh
tapi
selama ini
yang,
nggak pernah nemu.
tapi yang give opinion, asking and giving opinion, ada. Oh iya, kemarin kan kita have made a deal that we need to record our video, yeah. Would you like to open the implementation plan for recruiting candidates?
Wait,
Nih, Nah,
oh iya.
scroll down, please.
Ya, ya.
Nah,
About this one ya Mbak.
iya. Have
Maaf ya
you?
Mbak.
Haven't
Not,
yet?
nggak
Okay.
belum.
If
Ya,
you haven't yet, so you can have a time this week, yeah,
ya.
to attach the video on Get Class.
Oh oke. Oh I can upload it on GetClass juga ya.
Mm-mm.
Oke. Wow. Oke, Mbak.
So you do not need to read one by one. Just strike to the one who can we consider. I mean the five who we consider to be the candidates who are eligible for the next
Okay.
step.
All right.
Okay. That's all for tonight.
Yeah.
It will be interesting. I think it will be interesting. It definitely interesting. I could feel that. Oh yeah. I think I can consider like the HR point of view. I think. Oh yeah. I think I could consider like recruitment staff. So yeah, it's interesting to be part of this class and having a role play with Amanda. Thank you so much for tonight. And next time, we will have the material about. Do you know for the next material? I haven't checked yet.
I haven't checked yet. Accepting and refusing invitation professionally.
Oh, inviting,
Yeah.
inviting, and
Accepting and refusing.
accepting and refusing. Oh, maybe I need to arrange some meetings or uh some what is it? Town hall. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need to arrange the schedule, provide a schedule. Oh, okay. I will prepare for that. Thank you so much, Mbak Amanda. Uh,
Yeah, thank you Mbak Jody. Catatan aku udah
yeah.
banyak tau.
Okay, good. Nice. Alright deh, kalau seperti itu tidak terasa semoga minggu enggak ya hari Rabu ya, semoga hari
Iya.
Rabu juga kita bisa langsung apa namanya? Langsung praktis lagi, langsung role play
Iya.
lagi kayaknya ini ya apa bener-bener berasa gitu kayak satu jaman kita role play tanpa melihat jam ya kan?
Iya.
Padahal
Jam,
cuma
oh iya,
padahal cuma
seru-seru.
ngedesain 4 orang doang ya, tapi kayaknya berat banget gitu ya.
Iya.
Talking about layoff. Oke deh, thank you so much. Nah,
Iya.
terima kasih. Bye.
Thank you Mbak Jody. Bye-bye.
Bye. Izin izin